The iPad comes in a lot of different varieties, but which one is right for you? Hey, what's up everyone, CTNtechnologynews here, and today I'm going to be trying to help you answer that question. So before I get started with this video, I do want to be clear about one thing, which is that the iPad is definitely not the only good tablet around. There are a number of really great Android tablets out there. I particularly like the Fire tablets from Amazon, so don't get the impression that the iPad is the only way you have to go. With that said, if you are going to take the iPad plunge, a big question is which one to get. Apple's latest and huge iPad Pro is the biggest and most powerful, but it isn't necessarily the best. So I would definitely say that the best all-around tablet is the iPad Air 2, because it's really the best value, the best size, and best for nearly everything you'd need. The 2014 Air 2 still runs faster than the more recent iPad Mini 4, and you can get it on sale for a considerable discount if you look around. The large 9.7-inch screen is good for reading, movies, and it also works great when paired with a keyboard case to write on the go. Split screen apps run perfectly as well, so this is definitely the best bang for your buck and the best sized iPad even a year later. Now by contrast, the iPad Mini 2 is the most affordable iPad Apple currently sells. It was formerly called the iPad Mini with Retina display, and it came out in 2013, but it's had a lot of price drops since then. You get the same resolution display as the iPad Air, basically just shrunken down, and there's an A7 processor which is still good for basics. There is no Touch ID, but you probably won't miss it most of the time unless you're using this as your everyday computer. And battery life is really good as well over 10 hours, so that's definitely good enough for watching movies or reading books for quite a while. Now current sale prices do tend to be for the 16GB model, which isn't all that much storage unless you're planning to use this for streaming video, but you might find older versions of the iPad Mini 2 for better deals. Now the iPad Mini 4 is a more advanced version of the iPad Mini 2. It adds Touch ID and a faster A8 processor, which can handle split-screen multitasking for supported apps, email while web browsing, Twitter and note-taking, but it is best for simple apps like Twitter, email and social media feeds. There's no doubt that the Mini 4 is a great little iPad, but like a lot of Apple products, it is pretty pricey, and again, sale prices tend to currently offer the 16GB model, which is really too little storage for what you'd be paying. I would definitely aim for at least 64GB of storage, since there is no 32GB version of this model, and you'll probably be wanting to keep it for a while considering how much you'll be paying for it. But anyways, that brings us to the massive 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which is actually nearly the cost of a high-end laptop. This is really only for very specific people. If you are looking for a good laptop replacement, you could at least consider the iPad Pro, although I myself would personally lean toward the Microsoft Surface instead. The biggest advantages of the iPad Pro are the gorgeous super-sized screen and then also its stepped-up speakers, which are fantastic for watching movies or playing games. But at the same time, the iPad Pro's size makes it a lot less portable, and it doesn't handle split-screen apps any differently than the iPad Air 2, it just offers more room. You can connect special keyboards through a side port, but right now those keyboards don't do anything differently than the Bluetooth ones you can get on other iPads. Also, there aren't that many optimized apps that will really take advantage of the iPad Pro's increased size. It's kind of a pity because this is a pretty powerful machine, but there's really nothing on the iPad Pro, or very few things at least, that can really take advantage of the tablet's hardware. I can't think of that many reasons to go and get an iPad Pro when you could just say get a MacBook instead, but I guess if you're wanting like a 2-in-1 hybrid device from Apple, this really is your only alternative. But the iPad you should definitely avoid is the original 2013 iPad Air, which is actually still on sale at a list price that's lower than its predecessor, but it just isn't that good value for the price you'll be paying. It's got a slower processor than the Air 2, so it can't handle the multitasking split-screen apps, and then it also lacks the Touch ID fingerprint sensor. Considering how much of a range there now is of different iPad devices, there's really not much of a niche anymore for the original iPad Air, and I really can't recommend it as a result. But with that said, definitely let me know which iPad is your favorite in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you did find it helpful, and I will see you next time.